In the previous video, we looked at solving a system of equations using substitution. In this one, we're going to use a method called elimination. If you're looking to use one method most often, then I would recommend substitution. Elimination is nice, especially if your system has opposites. And what I mean by that is, if you look in this first system, we have an x and a negative x. Those are opposites. If your system has opposites, then you can directly add those equations to one another, combining like terms. So x plus negative x is 0, 2y plus 4y equals 6y, and 5 plus 13 is 18. And that tells us y has to be 3. Well, we already have half of our solution point if we know y equals 3. Then, because we've added the equations, you can go back to either equation. I picked the simpler looking one and I replace my y with 3. So x plus 2y equals 5. We now have x plus 2 times 3 equals 5. We make the substitution. X plus 6 equals 5, so x has to be negative 1, and that finishes our intersection point. These two equations are happy when x is negative 1 and y equals 3. No other point will satisfy both equations. Again, for elimination, if you happen to spot x's, x minus x comes out to 0, then it's a quick way to eliminate one of your two variables. Where it really doesn't save you a lot of time, and substitution's probably a better option, in my opinion, is when you don't have opposites. The second system, we have x and negative 4x. Those aren't opposites. We have negative y and positive 4y. Those aren't opposites. So it really does us no good to directly add these right off the bat because neither variable is eliminated through the addition process. However, if you were to multiply this top equation by 4, you would get 4x minus 4y equals 20. You got to multiply every term by 4. Now you've created opposites. 4x and negative 4x are opposites. So when you add, your x's will go to 0. One issue that comes up on this equation or set of equations is the y's also become opposites. So the x's add up to zeros, the y's add up to zeros, but your numerical values don't. If you ever run into a case where all of your variables disappear, but you're not left with 0 on the other side, you have what's called a contradiction, and that means no solution. Visually, what we have are two equations that are represented by parallel lines. Since these lines will never intersect, they're parallel, and that means there's no common solution point. The next two examples were just reinforcements in class. The top left, 3x, 2x, those are not opposites. Negative 5y, positive 5y, those are opposites. Add your equations, you get 5x's, 0 y's, therefore you've eliminated the y's, and add these, you get 40. 5x equals 40. We've eliminated the y. Divide by 5, x equals 8. Pick either equation and replace x with 8. In class, you guys told me to use the second equation, so I did. Replace the x with an 8. That gives us 16 plus 5y equals 26. Subtract 16 on both sides, 5y equals 10, and so y has to be 2. If x is 8 and y is 2, we have a common intersection point. If you were to graph these two lines, this is where they would intersect. Bottom example. X plus 3x, that doesn't eliminate. 5y minus 10y, that doesn't eliminate either. So this one might be better done with substitution, but I like to show you how to use elimination if you prefer this method. In order to create opposites, we could either multiply the top equation by -3, and that would force opposites with the x, or we could multiply through by 2, and that would force opposites with the y's. If we multiply by 2, that gives us 2x plus 10y equals 20. Multiply through by 2 all the way. 5x, 0 y's, so we've eliminated the y's, and 10. 5x equals 10 means x equals 2. That's our first number. You guys asked me to pick the second equation, and I did. I replaced the x with a 2. That's what we just solved for. That gives us 6 minus 10y equals -10. Subtract 6 on both sides. -10y equals -16. -16 over -10, the negatives will cancel. 16 over 10 reduces to 8/5 or 1.6, and you guys can give it in fraction or decimal form. This would be the intersection point of those two lines. And so now you know how to solve using substitution and elimination. You can pick which way you want to learn the best. It's kind of nice to know both ways, but elimination is useful really only when you have opposites right off the bat. That's my opinion.